Hello, my dear Capricorns. Happy May. Welcome to your monthly reading. Today I'm going to be doing a reading actually for the entire month of May for you, my dear Capricorns. So buckle up. There's going to be a lot of information here, but I hope that it is helpful. For those of you who are new here, or if you've never been on my channel before, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys. I do these readings generally every single week. I am right now trying to figure out a good balance where I can do something for all the signs. So right now I'm doing a reading for every single sign every month. But for you, my dear Capricorns, I'm also doing a weekly reading. So if this is helpful, please make sure that you tap subscribe, like the video, share it with people that might find it useful. And yeah, outside of that, let's get right into the reading. So the first question I want to ask for you, my dear Capricorns, for this upcoming month of May, what guidance might be helpful? What themes can you expect to be looking at for this upcoming month? And what is a good, I guess, approach that might be useful for you guys? Good perspective. So we're going to start pulling. My first pull I'm going to pull for you guys is going to be from the Crystal Spirits Oracle deck. I have a couple of decks that I felt called to pull out today. We might do some tarot at the end. We'll see. I'm feeling like you guys are probably going to get some tarot, which will be fun. But yeah, we'll move right into it. So yeah, first question, just going to see like what kind of things to expect, what kind of perspective would be helpful, and wow, we'll go from there. It looks like boundaries might be a theme for you guys this upcoming month. Holy shit. Okay. Pardon my French, the whole deck just fell out. Okay, Kyanite, that's definitely gonna come out. Raw Morganite, cool. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna start with these. A lot of blue cards, you guys. I have Kyanite, I have Blue Lace Agate, I have Lapis Lazuli, I've got Black Tourmaline, and I have Raw Morganite. I'll explain all of that. Most of you are probably like, what the hell just happened? So the first, okay, I'm going to start out with the one that stuck out the most, which is Black Tourmaline. So this card is all about repelling unwanted energies and creating healthy boundaries. So when I asked, like, what can you guys expect? I feel like some of you can expect situations where you're going to have to make sure you know what your boundaries are and you stick to them in a healthy way. This is a beautiful card. This is a beautiful sign, in my opinion. I do feel like a lot of you, if there are any challenges this month, they might be in the way of understanding, my dear Capricorns, like where your boundaries are. Capricorn is the GOAT. Like I'm a Capricorn sun, so I feel this. We are very hard workers and we have things that we like to work for. And whenever we set a goal, it's like really important to us that we work towards that in a meticulous and methodical way, generally speaking. And I do feel like for some of you, my dear Capricorns, maybe your commitment to certain goals might be tested a little bit this month, specifically in the way of your willingness to hold certain boundaries. What else do I want to say about Black Tourmaline? Okay, I feel like some of you, there might be some influences in your life that aren't particularly positive for your goals, and that doesn't mean you have to like completely kick them out of your life. Like, this card to me isn't about boundaries at the expense of your relationships. To me, this is boundaries for the sake of promoting healthy relationships. Some people may not be able to respect your boundaries, and if that's the case, hey, they may fall away, and that is a blessing more than anything if that is the case. But I do feel like if some of you are feeling like, wow, I'm feeling really drained, maybe like some of you are feeling really, really tired or like kind of burnt out, or just like you're burning the candle from both ends, I feel like getting in touch with what your personal boundaries are around your work, your work-life balance, your life, like all those personal things, where your lines are, and being willing to kind of uphold those will actually make your relationships flourish a lot better than consistent self-sacrifice. Which also reminds me, or brings me to the next card I want to pull up, which is Kyanite. This card is all about having healthy relationships with other people, especially if there's anything in the way of disputes. So for some of you, if you've been experiencing, I feel like this is more of a past card for some of you, honestly, but if you've been having a level of like tension with other people, or there's some bridges that you feel like have burned, or some broken fences or whatever, this is a really beautiful time this month for resolving any disputes that you've been having or that you have. Building some bridges, reestablishing rapport. If it feels like something has been broken or shattered a little bit, mending those fences. Again, with Black Tourmaline, like this is, I can't even pick up the card. This is all about like healthy boundaries and having healthy relationships with other people. And for some of you, you may need to diffuse a little bit of tension in order to reestablish a relationship where things feel healthy and where they feel productive. Not even like in a work sense, but just like you don't want to be in connections that are pulling away from your energy sources constantly. That's not balanced, you know? Yes, there is give and take in relationships, absolutely. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be. In fact, with Kyanite, this comes the huge message of diplomacy. There should be give and take. It just can't be fully one-sided. So, my dear Capricorns, I do feel like there are definitely some themes there that you're going to want to keep in the back of your mind. Now, something to also remember, collectively right now, we are in Taurus season. The middle of May, we will shift into Gemini season. So, themes that come with like Taurus energy are grounding, stability. Taurus is kind of a stubborn sign, so this kind of earthy, more organic approach, being willing to move towards the goals that you have set in a methodical way and to do so consistently, like that's going to be really, really, really important for you guys, my dear Capricorns. So and for everyone collectively. So just know that like energetically right now, for the first like half of May, we are in this planting seeds, getting our shit together, and really creating a stable, strong, sturdy foundation for ourselves. At the end of May, we're going to move into Gemini, which has a little bit more to do with communication and ideas. It's an air sign, so a little bit more heady kind of stuff then. So just know that like what seeds you're planting right now, and like what actions you're allowing, what you are enabling in your relationships, the kind of treatment that you are accepting right now is laying a foundation for what you're going to be accepting for the rest of this cycle, for this 12 month cycle. So just be mindful of what you are allowing in and out of your life, in what you're allowing in your life in terms of like what energy you're taking in, and also what you're laying out of your life in terms of like what energy are you giving, and is that being reciprocated and well received or not. Okay, cool. My dear Capricorns, as noted, a lot of blue cards in reverse. So anytime a card is pulled in reverse, which is basically upside down, it implies that there might be something that you need to look at either within yourself, or it could also imply like a little bit of shadow work. Maybe you're projecting things onto other people. Maybe it's stuff that's a little bit harder to look at. So I will say this lovingly, but Blue Lace Agate, this card comes with a big message of peaceful acceptance, which is so beautiful. This is the card, this is kind of like a healthy Aquarius energy card. This is all about stress-free, non-attachment, and freedom from unnecessary dramas. So again, my dears, diplomacy, having healthy relationships, some of you might just be in situations where there's a lot of drama that's just unnecessary in general. Because this is in reverse, I honestly feel like some of you, the trauma is kind of internal. Like you're experiencing drama within yourself. Like you're probably the one that's giving yourself shit attitude on occasion. Maybe you're talking down to yourself. Maybe you're not really being supportive or encouraging to yourself. And if that's the case, my dear, that's okay. Just know like that's probably part of your nature. It's probably part of your nature and like trying to improve. It's kind of natural as humans. If we want to improve something, we highlight, okay, well, what's not working and how can I improve upon it? But my encouragement for you, my dears, is to focus more on how you can improve upon the things that you want to improve on, rather than what needs to be improved or what's not right or what feels like it's not good enough or whatever. And again, because this is all about peaceful non-attachment, also being willing to take a step back and saying like, is it necessary for me to be attached to these things, these connections, these people, these places? Is this serving me? And if it's not, it's okay. You're allowed to take a step back and say, this doesn't really serve me anymore, and I don't want to carry this, you know? And I don't want to carry this doesn't mean I don't want to carry this relationship. Maybe it just means I don't want to carry this aspect of it. Maybe you're experiencing a lot of turmoil because you're so stressed about what, let's say, someone that you work with is going to say about you. And your fear of their judgment or your fear of what they're going to say is causing you to completely like obsess over that. So again, the drama could be completely internal. Like this person may not even know that you give a fuck what they think, you know? And so if that is the case, my dear Capricorns, be willing to just take a step back, and it can be peaceful. Like the thing I love about this card, whether it's an upright or in reverse, is it is a reminder that things can be peaceful. Life can be peaceful. Like things can be easy. They don't always have to be hard. Yes, life has its hard moments, but it's not always going to all be that way. So allow for it to not be so aggressive, my dears. Okay, cool. I pulled also for you guys Lapis Lazuli. This card has a lot to do with spiritual enlightenment and kind of like a level of unity consciousness, or being to consciously connect with the earth around you. If you haven't been doing meditation now, because we're in Taurus season again, it's a time to slow down, and it might be useful for you guys to take some time to really meditate on what you want. Taurus season, all about planting seeds for what you want. So meditate on that and allow your inner vision to come out. This is less about the head space, the mind space. Again, moving into the end of the month, we'll be moving into Gemini season, and that's when things will be more up and cerebral. But right now, Taurus, we're meant to be becoming really grounded and really rooted. So whatever you have to do to reconnect with Earth and with yourself, my dear, please make that a priority. Like that, I feel like needs to be prioritized for you for sure. And then finally, my dear Capricorns, with this card deck, I did pull for you in upright position Raw Morganite. And Raw Morganite, anytime I see this card, I think of two things. Excuse me. The first word that comes up is gentleness. Like, this card asks that we become gentle with ourselves and we become gentle with other people. I feel like, again, even with like the black tourmaline and needing to set boundaries, they don't have to be harsh. You can be gentle with others. You can be gentle with yourself. So there is kind of a softness that's really beautiful that's also coming in. I know Capricorn is a much more masculine energy. It can be a little bit more abrasive. And so to create a level of balance for yourself and in your life, you're being called to bring forward that level of compassion that you have, a level of gentleness that you have. Finally, with this card, the word that comes strongly through the phrase is the gift of vulnerability. The gift of you being willing to be open with how you feel and what you feel and being willing to share that. So in the process of like maybe setting certain boundaries, in the process of restoring harmony and, balance with others, being willing to be vulnerable is going to be a gift that I think will actually really serve these connections. And if you have been, trained or raised or constantly like grown up thinking that your emotions don't have space, they absolutely do. I think the balance that will be useful for you guys to keep in mind, for all of us to keep in mind, is that per the card of Blue Lace Agate, which was in reverse, I believe, there is a level of non-attachment that is also helpful. So knowing that your emotions don't necessarily have to mean everything, like they're important, but also they don't dictate someone else's reality either. So just know that like what you're bringing forward has value, that vulnerability has value, and also it's not the only thing to consider. So just have an understanding like you have your own feelings, and also everyone else involved has their own feelings and their own stories and their own situations. And I think there's definitely a really beautiful, like when it comes to relationships to other people, whether it's work, romantic, family relationships. I'm getting family dynamics real big for this one too. Being also willing to be vulnerable and soft and to know like that piece of you is safe and that piece of you is also okay. And it has space in this relationship and it has space to come out for you guys as well. Okay, I'm feeling called to close out with Oracle, but I feel like I want to pull a little tarot for you guys. So let's see what my tarot deck has to say for you, my dear Capricorn. So for the tarot pull, I pulled a lot of cards that have themes to do with money and financial resources. And to me, it seems like some of you are going to be needing to reevaluate how you look at money, how you spend it, or your narratives about it. So, okay, so I pulled for you guys straight up, like let's see here, we have King of Pentacles in reverse, I have 10 of Pentacles reverse, I have 10 of Swords, Temperance in reverse, the World in reverse, I have the Moon card for you as well. I feel like there is definitely an unhealthy relationship with money or financial resources that either has happened and that you're clearing out right now, or that is in the process of happening. It's possible that some of your relationships that you have, like maybe some of these relationships with people that you love, that you want to really cultivate, maybe those haven't been so successful because you have been putting so much into your work. And the reason you're putting things into your work is because of your subconscious, like deeply rooted beliefs about money and fears that you have, illusions, anxieties, like these things that are coming out in the way that you relate to money specifically. I think the way that you relate to money is going to be the map for you to better understand what's the deep subconscious belief behind it. And that deep subconscious belief is what might be standing in the way of you benefiting in other aspects of your life. So this isn't to say like money's bad, you can't have any of it. This also isn't to say your life's going to be terrible, you're going to get fired, you're never going to have any good, healthy, like the thing I love, excuse me, about having pulled like some of these cards is like a lot of them, to me, they come with an implication that one cycle might be ending and another one might be beginning. So this may come in the way of disrupt in work, or maybe it's already happened. You know, maybe due to COVID, you know, you lost work or employment and you've been really struggling with that for a while now. And so I feel like for a lot of you, maybe your relationship to money, or what you think it should be, or how you think you should have money, like your vision of what you want to have or what you thought you might have right now, it might be very different from what you're actually experiencing. And if that is the case, then maybe that's something that you're really challenged with or you're really struggling with. Because I pulled temperance in reverse, I feel like for some of you there might be a little bit of overindulgence either with spending or what you have been spending in the past, and now maybe you're suffering repercussions of that. So this could be a completely like self-imposed thing. But I also feel like for some of you, temperance can apply to like the amount that you're working. Like maybe you're working too much and too hard and you're burning out too much and you're not creating, again, those healthy boundaries that enable you to have a healthy relationship with your life. The cool thing about this whole pull is I also pulled for you guys the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands has a level of like success and confidence that is instilled in it. So I feel like for a lot of you, this challenge in your relationship with money, or this challenge that might be coming up in the way of your relationship to money, or the way that you're relating to it, I actually feel like this is going to bring you to a really successful place. And it's not going to be successful so much in the material way that you've been expecting, but I feel like it's going to feel more successful. It's going to feel more like a personal success. Like you're going to have overcome something, or you have already overcame something, and that is going to be recognizable. Other people are going to notice it. Maybe like the people in your life that maybe relationships that you've been neglecting, that you really want to have healthy relationships with, like those kinds of things. Once you prioritize those a little bit more, that's going to cultivate the life that you actually want, that you think that maybe money is going to buy you. So I would just advise, my dear Capricorns, I mean, we're in Taurus season and you are a Capricorn. So my God, like there's a lot of this like earth energy and Pentacles, you know, the Pentacles suit, where is it? Yeah. Pentacles, like this is the earth card. So a lot of these themes of like finances and whatnot, like that materiality is a product of earth. Like, and so it's something that is important to all of us. No doubt. Like it's important to have material resources is incredibly important for survival. So I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to say it's not important. However, I feel like for some of you, going back to that first poll with like healthy detachment, I'm feeling like if everything I said in the earlier poll didn't resonate with people, it probably resonates with your relationship to money. So go back and listen to it again if you want to view it from a different perspective. But I do feel like even for some of you, like the way that you're relating to other people might be a reflection of the way that you also relate to finances and to material wealth and materiality. Okay, I'm feeling like I want to do like one final like little pull from this Moonology deck. It's been staring at me this whole time, just to see if there's anything else like encouraging that might be useful for you guys to keep in mind for this upcoming month, my dear Capricorns. Anything else? Yeah, I'm feeling like encouragement would be lovely. Just something to help keep you guys looking forward and looking up. So a time for healing. Beautiful. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you, there's going to be a lot of healing that's going to come out of this. Also, the card, nothing is yet set in stone. So this is a mutable moon sign card. So, yeah, I feel like nothing is finalized. You know, like even if you're experiencing things, oh, cute. Okay, that just popped up. Lover's card. Love that. I feel like even if some of you are feeling like everything is over and a cycle has just ended, and you know, I feel like maybe some of you are experiencing like this sense of tragedy internally, like a sense of like, oh, this didn't go the way that I wanted to, and you're feeling maybe a little bit discouraged by that. And if that is the case, just know like nothing is set in stone. If you are in a position where, you know, maybe you lost out on some funds or some finances or whatever, or your job position changed, or even if this is like a result of things that have happened from the last few years or even decades, it doesn't have to be an indicator of what is going to happen in your future. This is merely like, if you're experiencing a setback, it's merely a setback for you to understand like how you're relating to life and to give you an opportunity to heal how you're relating to life, so that when opportunities come up in the future, or, you know, maybe you experience something again where you have the hopes and the dreams that you had before, that maybe you have, if you've lost sight of something, if you're feeling a little bit down. This sounds so dark, but I'm just going to be honest. Like, I do feel like this time is actually a really beautiful time that's opening up doors for you to heal a lot of deep internal wounds. So if that feels resonant and you're feeling like you don't know how to do that, or you want support in that, please feel free to reach out and let me know. I keep having fucking cards like I want to pull. Answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini, you guys. Gemini is at the end. So we are in Taurus season right now. Gemini is going to be at the end of the month. So, you know, right now is a really good time to like kind of dig deep into what you want out of life. Again, in this process, you might be challenged by looking at your relationship to materiality and to money, but also that process is so important for your success. Again, the question I asked before I pulled this is, how can you be successful? How can you grow? What's going to help you guys to grow this upcoming month? So really being willing to look at your relationship to finances, to money, to material resources. Also being willing to look at your relationships to other people in your life, whether they're serving you, whether they're not, and learning how to establish good boundaries across the board so that none of these things are leaking. You don't want these things to be leaking across your life and then diminishing the vitality that you get out of different avenues, if that makes sense. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful, you guys. My dear Capricorns, I love you guys so much. We are hard workers. God bless us. If you have questions on anything, please reach out and let me know. You can find me here, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere at alexab.alchemy. I try to do these readings every single week, as noted. For Capricorns, at least I'm doing a reading every week. In general, I'm going to be trying to do a monthly reading for every single sign until I have a little bit more time to do a weekly reading for all signs again. And outside of that, if this was helpful, please make sure that you let me know, subscribe, leave a comment below. I love reading your guys' comments. At the very least, give me a little thumbs up so that I know it was helpful. And if there is anything else I can do for you to be of support, just let me know. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I will see you guys next week, and I hope you have a most beautiful May. Enjoy the flowers, go outside, connect with nature. If you're feeling, this is my last message. If you're feeling like you are scattered and wanting to be connected to like the materiality of things, like like physical wealth, go enjoy the wealth of beauty that is surrounding you in nature. All right, I love you guys. Bye.